Hi everybody, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to be doing the fourth installment on Emily Plowfield's Simply Random Challenge. And last week, Sunday, she picked these six cards. So the theme was steampunk. The color was ivory. The technique was wet emboss. And then I think the other three items were bling, tissue paper, and toilet roll core. So this is going to be interesting with bling and steampunk, but we're going to give it a shot and see what we come up with. So I actually did quite a bit of work on it already, and the reason is because I didn't want the video to be way too long. So what did I do so far? I took my toilet roll core and I if you look at it, the toilet roll core, I actually put some tape on it and I made it larger. And the reason why I did that is because I'm going to stick something on it. So I use that as a base for my project. And I'm hoping that I can use this as a journal topper when I make something steampunk, because it is going to be quite thick. Okay, so I can't say that I'm going to be using it in a page or something like that, or some kind of ephemera. So this is going to be part of my topper for my journal when I do a steampunk one. So there's the toilet roll core, and this here is the tissue paper. So this is the tissue paper that I used. I bought this many moons ago, and you can see it's the first time I used it, so I'm quite excited. But I did buy it with a steampunk theme in mind anyway. So that's that thing. And then I used my silhouette cutter, and I cut this cogs and wheels out here. Okay, so it's two parts to it. So this is the base, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the base onto the toilet roll core and tissue paper. Okay, and it is, as you can see, ivory cardboard. But in order for it to blend a little bit more, I just stamped on it, and then I used vintage photo to distress a little bit on it. So the stamp that I did use on this is this one here. It's called Random Clocks or Assorted Clocks, and it is by Chiswick. Okay, so that's what I used over there, right, to get that background effect. So I am going to now stick this down, and then we will move forward. So what happened is that I actually put the tissue paper the wrong way, but I'm going to work with it. As you can see, the toilet roll core is shorter than the design, but I think I'm fine, because remember, this is just going to be our base, and then after that, this is going to go down onto something else when I make it, when I use it as a topper. So I am just going to take some glue, and I am going to stick this down. Okay, so I'm just adding that glue to it, and knowing full well that some of the edges are going to stick out, so just get it like half and half, so some part of the these two sides actually stick on there. So I did make this a bit bigger than it should be, and I did that on purpose because I didn't want to faff around with that. So there's that there. So we've covered ivory, we've covered tissue paper, and we've covered the toilet roll core. Now what's next? Let's see. All right, so I think I'll leave that glue open. Then it was embossing, and this is the second part of this here. So while I'm at it, let me just trim it down because it's irritating me now to see it crooked. I'm comfortable with the fact I knew it's not going to cover the entire back. Can you see that? But I knew that it was only going to be the top and bottom, the sides that were not going to fit onto the toilet roll core, simply because of the length of the toilet roll core. So I'm good with that. All right, so I think after I'm done, and I think after I put all these things on it, it's going to sit much better. So this is the other part of the design. Okay, and it goes like that. And there's my embossing coming in here. So I did emboss that, and I wanted to sit on that, on this line, on that part of it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a line like that. Okay, so now I'm going to add this. Okay, so I'm going to add that here. I'm going to line up that hole that I made, because the hole, okay, so that's that there. And it's going to be a rather messy project. And then this, oh, did I lose my other one? No, I didn't. There's it here. This and this go together, because remember it's a clock. Yeah, since we are working with glue, with embossing. That's a good one. Which one goes first? Which one goes underneath? I suppose the long one will go underneath, right? It makes sense. Because if it's both the same time, you know what I mean. The long one should be at the bottom. And what time am I making this? 12:15. So I like steampunk, I must admit, but I think it's a bit out of my comfort zone. Trying to make it as realistic as possible, meaning that it shouldn't be sitting on 12. And then I'm going to add a brad, just for some depth and bling and all that kind of a thing. No, I lie. I wasn't going to use a big one. I was going to use a tiny one. And it's also to, like when you have that clock face, that little screw. So yeah, I think this is better, because remember this is going to go and lie flat onto the cover now. Sorry if I am out of frame, just getting those down flatter. Okay, so that's the first one that we did. Trying to add it underneath there. Right, so now I'm going to add this part here. No, before we add that part, let's do Let's add these parts here. So I'm going to use this here, okay, and I'm going to stick it down with this glue. Here, I'm going to add that there, and so I'm actually quite what's the word, looking forward to, oh, let me show you this. So this is a mold I made. So I made it out of, I think, white air dry clay, and then I painted it bronze or goldish, and then I added some black paint, and then I wiped it out, okay, in order to get that technique. But it's nothing new. It's, you know, it's been around. That technique has been around forever. So these things are quite heavy, and I might have to come back on that one. Just give me a second. Okay, so I am back, and the reason why I wanted a second is because I think this one has a very uneven surface, which means I'm probably going to have to add some hot glue to it. Okay, so now this one over here, let's add it here like that. Add it here like that. Okay, and let's hope that the surface is enough. I'm gonna have enough of the surface glued and touching the paper to be able to do this. One here. Yep. And anyway, it is going to have some stuff in it to hold it down firmly. Okay. And I forgot to take out some of these cogs here. And just some of those as well. Right, so then I thought I will just add more of the ivory to it. So this is this is a bit different. A little bit of a masculine and feminine steampunk going on here. And yes, we're going to add another one of this to here. So there we go. Let us make a hole. So we can add this to it. And this, I'm just going to remove it for now. Maybe I'll put that on last. Yes, yes, it's much more secure as well now. Then we're going to add that there. And let's do that. Let's just do that and make our hole there. So I'm just not reinforcing, I'm making sure that I am adding a little bit of, you know, if the glue is not going to hold fantastically, then at least I've got those brads in place there. But I've been using this glue for a while now, and I'm confident it's going to hold. It's just that the surface areas are so tiny that, well, you just don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. I'm going with that. And we're going to add the small one through there. So now you can see why I say this is not going to be good. This has to be like on a cover and stuff like that, because later on we'll put our you know, little circles there to cover it and things like that. But for now, just going to do this. Okay, and then I wanted one kind of here, coming into the clock. Maybe I'll just add it somewhere else. So where's my other piece that I want to add there? Okay, here, and then add that there. Yeah, so let's add this first. Now I think if you think well, if you think this is going to be messy, whoa, imagine the thing to add the little cogs and the bling. We still need to add the bling to it, so I'm probably going to speed up when I'm adding the bling, because I'm sure you don't want to see me going through that painful process of adding all the bling. Hey, now that one there as well. Here also is a surface that is not so fantastic, so maybe I'm going to use my glue gun on that as well. So this is the glue gun. See here, sorry if I'm on a frame, just adding glue to it. Got my glue gun to the side, and yes, that's it. So add some this, add some of that, and then some just watch your fingers. And the reason why I did that, I was going to add it here, but it's fine. I'll add it here. Yes, now that's much better. Let's see. Nope. And let's add some of these now. Now I think we are done. I think we are done. So now let's add a little pin there. Okay, I lost my pins, but it's fine. I've got more. Let's just close it because we don't want any accidents. And I'm going to add one there as well, just so that all of them are sitting nice and secure. But I don't know. I wonder if this one's going to go through here. I think we're done for those there. No, we're not going to add that. Let's add these in here. Let's get rid of these. And now let's look at the bling part of it. So we're going to add this to these things here. So I don't know. Let's see what's the best way to do it. I think that. And let's get a tweezer out. And a scissor that actually works. And let's see what we do. Or maybe not a thing. Maybe a craft knife, which seems to be eluding me right now. Oh, there's it. So dab a bit and add it. Oh, cool. I like it because the black just blends in. Oh, I like that. I like it. Okay, so now that that's covered, I think I'm gonna add some over here as well on this one here. I'm gonna really bling this thing up. I think we are done. Let's see if we met all the requirements here. Sorry. Oh, I knew I was supposed to show you something, but I'll show it to you now. Okay, so let's see. So these are our little attempt, or my little attempt at the Simply Random Challenge which is hosted by Emily Plowfield, and I'll put her details below. This is the 4th installment, I believe, of the challenge, and we had to work with the theme steampunk. We had to use the color ivory. We had to use the technique wet embossing, bling, tissue paper, and toilet roll core. So steampunk, ivory, as in the card was ivory and a bit of ivory there. Wet embossing, this is embossed, and that embossed with embossing powder. Bling, oh yeah, there's definitely bling. Tissue paper, underneath there's tissue paper, And the toilet roll core, well, that's the toilet roll core there. Okay, so I think we met the challenge. Yeah, so if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel as well. And also I am on Facebook, Sunny Creates Junk Journals. Remember, you can request to join, and you get to share in the fun and the freebies as well. And I'm also on Instagram, so I will leave all the links below. And as I mentioned in my other video, I am going to be starting my bumbling bees, that doesn't sound right, bustling bees junk journal kit, no, not junk journal, next week. And if you are keen, you can follow along if you've got a bee journal kit. Okay, and if you haven't and you want to follow along, then I have the bustling bees journal kit in my store at the moment as well. So what I wanted to tell you is that I make my own jewelry. Okay, I think if you watch one of my videos, you saw me showing you how I use paper beads in my jewelry. So this is one of the items I made. Now I'm short, okay, so the idea is for this to sit like almost by your belly button. Oh my goodness, I tell you, that means I'm a proper crafter. Not belly band, belly button. Right. Right, so so this year I made a long time ago, and it's what actually inspired this tag over here. So just a bit on it, yeah, kind of a thing. So I think I told you the other day that I had a series on inks, and I told you that I stamped on metal with stays on. So that is me stamping on metal this here with stays on. So I mean, and this is quite an old piece, so you can see that it really works. Okay, yeah. So that was my inspiration for today's tag. Yes. All I want to say now is that I hope you have a splendid week ahead, and take care. Happy crafting. Have a blessed day, or the remainder of the day, and have a blessed week ahead. From Santini at Sunny Creates. Bye bye.